the world is holding its breath. On August 25, 2025, history turned a page no one saw coming. China and Taiwan, long divided by hostility, have announced a historic alliance. This is not a surrender or annexation, it's something entirely new. Redrawing the map of global power overnight. The implications are vast, touching everything from Wall Street to Brussels. For generations, the Taiwan Strait was a flashpoint, a symbol of division, and the threat of war. The United States and its allies spent decades and trillions to maintain a fragile peace. Now that entire dynamic has been upended. The announcement, made simultaneously from Beijing and Taipei, outlined plans for economic integration, technological partnership, and a unified defense strategy. Economic integration, technological partnership, unified defense strategy. The world's most dangerous flashpoint has become its most surprising partnership. Global markets reacted instantly. Defense stocks plummeted, tech and shipping soared. Defense stocks plummeted, tech soared, shipping soared. Leaders scrambled, their policies suddenly obsolete. How did decades of mistrust dissolve so quickly? The answer is complex. This is the story of changing priorities, economic pressures, and bold new leadership. Changing priorities, economic pressures, bold new leadership. The world as we knew it is gone. Today, we must understand the new reality, where former enemies become powerful allies, and the future is more unpredictable than ever. To grasp the magnitude of today's news, we must look back. The China-Taiwan story began in 1949, when the defeated nationalists fled to Taiwan after the communist victory on the mainland. Both sides claimed to be the true China, dividing East Asia for over 75 years. The world was forced to choose. Initially, most recognized Taiwan, but by the 1970s the tide shifted to Beijing. Taiwan became diplomatically isolated, recognized by only a handful of nations. Yet, the US maintained a policy of strategic ambiguity, arming Taiwan but never promising outright defense. Beijing never renounced force, keeping the region on edge with military drills and threats. Over decades, two distinct societies emerged: Taiwan, a vibrant democracy and tech powerhouse; China, a global superpower under one-party rule. The political chasm deepened, with most Taiwanese rejecting unification. This long, bitter division is what makes the alliance of 2025 so revolutionary. The world watched, never expecting the two to find common ground, yet here we are, witnessing the impossible. The roots of conflict now give way to a new era. History is shaped by bold individuals. The China-Taiwan alliance was forged by two such leaders, President Li Qiang of China and President Xiao Meiling of Taiwan. Li Qiang, pragmatic and focused on economic stability, saw endless tension as a strategic liability. Xiao Meiling, a tech executive turned politician, championed radical pragmatism, arguing Taiwan's future lay in partnership, not perpetual conflict. Secret negotiations began in 2024, with both sides moving past the failed one country, two systems model. Instead, they proposed a commonwealth of the Chinese people, respecting Taiwan's autonomy while integrating economies and security. The US, distracted and increasingly unreliable, pushed both leaders to act independently. Both realized their destinies were best shaped by their own hands, not by distant superpowers. Their courage broke the mold and changed history. The road to alliance was paved by crisis and opportunity. The South China Sea economic crisis in 2024 disrupted global trade, hurting both economies and exposing shared vulnerabilities. A global chip glut crashed tech revenues, but Taiwan's dominance in advanced chips created a powerful incentive for cooperation. Public opinion shifted, especially among Taiwan's youth, who prioritize prosperity and peace over old divisions. President Xiao released a sobering report on the catastrophic cost of war, swaying public debate. Secret diplomacy, held in neutral locations, allowed for frank discussions and breakthrough compromises. A new tone emerged, shared heritage over threats. The resulting alliance was framed not as a concession, but as a proactive step toward security and prosperity. The dominoes fell quickly: crisis, negotiation, and a bold leap into the unknown. The impossible became reality. The world watched, stunned. The Taipei Accords signed today are a masterclass in diplomatic innovation. They create the Chinese Commonwealth. Two governments, two systems, but deep economic and security integration. A full customs union eliminates trade barriers, a common investment market, and a joint technology development council pool resources for cutting-edge R&D. Taiwan's innovation meets China's scale, aiming to outcompete any region globally. Security is reimagined. A joint defense command protects both, but Taiwan retains control of its own forces for internal matters. Both sides agree to de-escalate military postures in the strait. Internationally, the Commonwealth will have a single seat in global organizations, with rotating delegations from Beijing and Taipei. Taiwan returns to the world stage, while Beijing maintains its One China principle. The accords give both sides a win: autonomy for Taipei, unity for Beijing. A new era begins. The economic impact is seismic. The Chinese Commonwealth instantly becomes the world's largest, most advanced economic bloc, nearly a quarter of global GDP. It now dominates critical sectors, especially semiconductors, with Taiwan's TSMC at the core. The Joint Technology Council will steer the future of global tech, giving the Commonwealth immense leverage. The Taiwan Strait, once a flashpoint, is now a secure artery for global shipping. Integrated ports and manufacturing create an unmatched logistics network. The alliance challenges the supremacy of the US dollar, promoting the digital yuan in cross-strait trade. Investment will flood in, but the global balance of power is shifting. The world must adapt to a new economic reality. The effects will be felt for decades. The center of gravity has moved east. The announcement sent shockwaves through global capitals. In Washington, stunned silence gave way to urgent policy reviews. The old framework is obsolete. The US faces its biggest strategic setback since the Cold War. Europe is torn, relieved by de-escalation but wary of a new economic giant controlling key supply chains. The EU must accelerate its push for strategic autonomy. In Asia, Japan and South Korea are alarmed, facing a transformed balance of power and uncertain security guarantees. Both will tread carefully, balancing economic ties with the Commonwealth and security pacts with the US. For developing nations, the alliance offers opportunity, a new pole of power and an alternative to the Western-led order. Many see the shift as a chance to benefit from China's Belt and Road and the new economic bloc. A diplomat from ASEAN put it simply, "The center of gravity has shifted, our policies must follow." The world's alliances are in flux. The East is ascendant. The West must rethink its place. The global order is being rewritten. Why now? Experts point to desperation and pragmatism. Dr. Evelyn Reed. Both sides faced disaster. Taiwan risked destruction, China faced stagnation and crisis. The alliance was the least bad option. Dr. Jonathan Chen. For young Taiwanese, old debates felt irrelevant. They wanted jobs, security, and peace. President Xiao's radical pragmatism captured a generational shift. Priorities changed, and so did politics. Dr. David Sorkin. Ironically, US clarity on defending Taiwan raised the stakes, pushing both sides to act before war became inevitable. Both Beijing and Taipei saw a future as a superpower battleground, and chose a different path. Financial analyst Wei Jiang. This is a merger, not a union. Taiwan is R&D, China is manufacturing, together they dominate. Competing weaken both. Uniting makes them unstoppable. Economic logic, generational change, and geopolitical risk all converged. The result, a calculated gamble that prosperity can overcome animosity. The world must now adjust to this new reality. The old playbook is gone. The future belongs to the bold. August 25, 2025, history's turning point. The China-Taiwan alliance has ended the era of a single superpower. The world is now multipolar, with the Chinese Commonwealth at its center. Every nation must rethink its alliances and strategies. The old certainties are gone, the future is full of questions. The US faces a choice: contain, compete, or cooperate. The Taipei Accords prove even the deepest conflicts can be transformed. Where else might pragmatism triumph over history? The world is more complex and unpredictable than ever. Our challenge to understand this new reality and find our way forward.